Thanks so much, James. The Outstanding Lawyer of the Year award for 2025 goes to a truly remarkable woman, Ruth Eleonora López in El Salvador. Now, Ruth was listed in 2024 in the BBC's list of 100 most influential women worldwide because of her remarkable work in El Salvador, speaking truth to power, exposing corruption, and doing work to ensure that human rights abuses were called out and the government was held to account. She is the head of the Anti-Corruption and Justice Unit at the brilliant organization Cristosal. Now, Ruth is an all-round lawyer. She spots the issues, she investigates them, she produces hard-hitting, excellent reports, she goes on social media, she does media interviews to shine a spotlight on the issues and to hold the authorities to account, and she brings strategic litigation. So in the courtroom and outside the courtroom, she uses all of the tactical tools that she has available in order to speak truth to power and to ensure the rule of law is upheld. One of Ruth's recent investigations exposed the misuse of public funds to place journalists and human rights defenders under surveillance, a strategy, as we know, designed to undermine and intimidate those who speak truth to power in El Salvador. But after many years of fighting for others who were targeted for their work, Ruth has now found herself targeted for her work. And that's why 179 days ago, on the night of Sunday the 18th of May, Ruth was forcibly taken by government authorities in her home. For over 40 terrifying hours, she was held entirely incommunicado, her partner, her mother, having no idea where she was, and of course, without access to a lawyer. Flagrant violations of basic rights that Ruth had been fighting for years, and that was happening to her. But during those 40 hours, the Attorney General's office was quite able to do other things. They couldn't tell her family where she was, but they took to X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, to accuse her of embezzlement and misuse of public funds. Now, this is a page straight from the authoritarian playbook. Distort the criminal law to use it as a means to silence those who dare to speak up and speak out. Dismantle the mechanisms that hold the powerful to account, the journalists, the human rights defenders, the lawyers, the judges. And of course, accuse your opponents of being corrupt and dishonest, a tactic we see all too often. I see it used against my clients all the time: Maria Ressa in the Philippines, Jimmy Lai in Hong Kong, Jose Ruben Zamora in Guatemala, and Ruth Eleonora López accused of embezzlement. This is gaslighting on a grand scale, designed to say to the public who were listening to Ruth, don't believe this woman. Don't trust the messenger, don't trust the message. The corrupt accusing the watchdogs of corruption. And of course, Ruth, because she's a woman, has had particular gendered, misogynistic attacks also. Now, Ruth's case is horrifying, but it's not an isolated one. Her case is emblematic of a disturbing pattern of systematic criminalization of critical voices and human rights defenders in El Salvador under the government of Bukele. 179 days on, she remains in a prison cell. That's why she's not here tonight, facing spurious charges, which in reality are designed to do one thing: to stop her doing her job, to stop her speaking truth to power. In July, she was declared a prisoner of conscience by Amnesty International. International legal organizations know her case, but the world must know it. And today in London, we must shout her name from the rooftops and tell the world what is happening to Ruth and what's happening in El Salvador. This room is a testament to the power of collective voices when we speak together and shine a spotlight on the most horrendous cases. And tonight, let's shine that spotlight on Ruth. It's a privilege to be asked to present this award to this remarkable woman. It pains me that she's not here to receive it in person, but I invite her partner, Luis Benavides Monterosa, to accept the award on her behalf.
honorable members of the Hermitage Foundation, and distinguished guests. Tonight, I have the honor of receiving the 2025 Magnitsky Human Rights Award for Outstanding Lawyer on behalf of my beloved partner, Ruth Eleonora López, and her family, her mother, Eleonora, her sister, Claudia, her daughter, Patricia, and her son, Ernesto. I accept this important recognition for her with deeply mixed emotions. Ruth has devoted her life to defending victims of injustice, fighting corruption, and demanding accountability from those in power. As head of anti-corruption team at Cristosal, she worked tirelessly to expose abuses and to bring hope to communities silenced by fear. Ruth's insights allowed her to anticipate the events of our time and to have a clear vision of where they would lead. I can say without fear of being wrong that she foresaw what our country would become in the hands of unethical and unscrupulous people who seek their own interest. To give you an idea what is currently happening in our country, I tell you that we are living in a state of exception that suspends our constitutional right to due process with all the guarantees that it entails. In May 2025, Ruth was arbitrarily arrested amid a wave of persecution against those who defend human rights and speak the truth to power. Since July, her family has had no contact with her. Yet, in absence, she continues to inspire us with her unique light, warmth, integrity, consistency, courage, and an unwavering belief that justice must prevail. While the police was arresting her, she said to them, "Have decency. One day, this will all end." Her words remind us that truth and dignity cannot be imprisoned. On behalf of her family, I thank the Hermitage Foundation, the Global Magnitsky Justice Campaign, and Cristosal for standing beside her. This recognition affirms the values that she lives by and the courage she represents for El Salvador and for all who resist repression. Ruth is innocent. Her imprisonment is punishment for her conscience. But with hope, solidarity, and truth, we believe she will be free. Finally, I wish to close with a passage from the Gospel of St. Matthew when Jesus delivered the Sermon on the Mount and said, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled." Thank you very much.